Hello, hello, and thanks for joining us as we gear up for a little more treachery and terror in the harrowed halls of Perfidious Manor in Darkest Dungeon. Last time we ventured into the dungeon, we headed into the Warrens on a little pig hunt, and boy oh boy did it turn out to be a good one. Our trusty bounty hunter, Rick Deckard, employed his hard-earned replicant tracking skills to bring the Swine Prince to bay. And then, with old Karen Murphy leading the charge, we invaded his boar's nest, hacked his bloated ass into delicious, delicious pork cutlets, shoved an apple into his buddy Wilbur's mouth, and then slow roasted the both of them over a nice hot bed of coals. And despite being unholy abominations of Hogzilla proportions, the pair cooked up pretty nicely. And our noble band of seekers enjoyed a feast of dynamic proportions. It was quite the event. Even Dr. Strange, who is a devoted vegetarian, came away from the affair picking his teeth and wearing a Cheshire grin, proving once and for all that there really is no such thing quite as irresistible as bacon, even when it comes from a trans-dimensional hog demon. But now that the feast is over, if we ever hope to bring down the Swine King so that we might once again partake of such delicious bacony goodness, we do have a little work ahead of us. Please not again, Rick Deckard. Calm down, Deckard. You're not on call today. You can have a little break, buddy. We're going to head on down over here to the embarkation point and see if we can rustle up another little foray into the dungeon. I think before we do that, though, since Deckard is complaining, we will see about getting him a little stress relief. His stress is a little high. Lucy also could probably stand for a little. Arya Starks is a little high as well. All right, well, let's take care of some of this then. Deckard, you'll drink, won't you, buddy? You will only gamble. You know what? That's fine. Why don't you do that? Go ahead and gamble for us. We can live with that. Prisania could use a little bit of stress relief. She will not do anything, nothing prayer-oriented, so I think we'll probably have her drink, unless Arya will only drink or something. She'll only pray. All right, well, that's fine. That works out nicely. So let's take Chrysania. Go get hammered, my love. You can get... Can we upgrade this any? Actually, we do have some upgrades. We'll take a look at that, possibly on the way out, but no, we don't want to go to the sanitarium. I mean, we have some people who need to go to the sanitarium, but I don't necessarily want to do it right now. Arya, why don't you pray? Oh, it's nice to see the caretaker is busy, but only taking up one slot this time. So that's chewed up a goodly percentage of the profits we sort of brought home from our last mission. Still need to get Dorian Gray in the action sometime, so let's take a look and see if maybe there's a mission that'll be well suited for Dorian. What do we got? Looking for some green level missions here. I don't want to really take any of our level 3 troopers out just yet. Although we do have... it's actually sort of... Oh, that's to kill the hag. We actually don't want to do that. A short veteran? That's intriguing. Oh, that's kill the necromancer. Right? We don't want to do that. What do we got in the Warrens? That's... you know, that mission's okay. I wouldn't mind doing that if the trinket was a little... Well, what are you? A Plague Doctor trinket. We don't even have a Plague Doctor because I think they're absolute garbage water. So, ooh, the Sniper's Ring is real good. Real good. Did I say it's real good? Because I mean that it's real good. We're absolutely going to do this mission. Even though it's a complete 100% of rune battles on a long map, which it's going to be quite a row to hoe. We can at least take a stab at it. Worst case scenario, we come up short. So, let's put together a team here. Now, this is an apprentice level mission, so we're going to need no one over rank 2. I would send Dorian Gray, I honestly would, except this is a long mission, and with rank 0 skills, I don't necessarily think he's going to be the best man for the job. Candy Jade, I think, probably will be a fine addition to the team. We could probably get by with Fagin as well. Fagin could use the EXP, so that's fine. Let's throw him into the mix. Simpkin is now too experienced to go on such trivial missions as that. Where does that leave us? We don't really have... I guess Django's gonna go because we don't have... We could take 2 Hellions. We could take Brienne and Candy. Now, honestly, I think we're probably better off with Django. Let's just throw Django in a 3rd slot. You can operate from slot 3, right, Django? Most of your abilities work 3rd. Yeah, actually, 3rd slot's not a bad position for you at all. So you'll be in fine shape there. And then for your healer today, on the menu, it will be Dr. Strange. Mr. Vegetarian himself, finally got his teeth cleaned out, so he's ready to go once again into the mix. We have one sniper's ring. Well, we're definitely not going to put it on Candy. Do we have anything that Candy might want? I thought we had a Hellion-only item. We do. A Selfish Pendant, which is absolute garbage. Disease Charm, Stun Charm. Eldritch Slayer's Ring is real good if you're only fighting Eldritch. Oh, a Double-Edged Pendant. 15 max HP, less Stun, Blight, and Bleed resistance. That's actually terrible. The Moon Ring would be good if we ran in the dark. This thing is... I mean, it's an objective benefit. Objectively, it is a good thing. I'm not sure what we would do with it. Minus accuracy. We got an accuracy stone. What's your dodge like? Pretty good. We won't put that on you, so I guess you're going without trinkets, Candy. Sorry, we don't really have anything appropriate for your particular style of fighting, much as it pains me to say that. Let's... You know, Fagin's dodge is not fantastic. Let's actually get... I would prefer to have Fagin with the higher accuracy. I really would. We don't have anything else that's going to be good for Fagin. Unless Django already has relics, which he does. He has a very, very good relic. Why the hell is... Okay, well, nope, well, fine. Doc Strange, he's got a Swift Cloak, which is acceptable. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, so let's provision up here. Now, this is a long mission, and last time I did a long mission, I did a very, very stupid thing and did not bring an adequate supply of food. I will not be repeating that mistake. 24 food is likely enough. I'm going to bring 4 extra just to make sure. On a long mission, I'm bringing the maximum, just the maximum allotment of shovels. Going to bring 4. Going to bring 1 key, 1 medicinal herb, no bandages, 1 holy water, no anti-venom, and I think we'll go with 12 torches. We can go a little bit of darkness here if we need to. Also, we'll have 2 campfires to get some free torchlight out of. So this looks solid. Let's head on into the dungeon, folks. Danger lurks everywhere. The ruins, crumbling and fallen. What's the matter, narrator? Come on, usually you got something to say here, but suddenly you clam up? What's the deal? Are you feeling okay? I'm a little worried about the narrator. He hasn't said anything in a really long time.
The fiends must be driven.
Oh, there he is.
And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line?
Well, I can think of several places that would be better than the seat of our noble line, but, you know, that's just me. So how many rooms have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4... Got 14, meaning we can skip 2. What I think we'll do is head up this way, see if we can't maybe get lucky with some scouting here, see what's in these 2 rooms. If it's bad, we'll skip them, or if we don't get scouting, we'll skip them, and then we can just sort of head around this way, do a little slingshot around. So off we go, then. Let's get this party started. Oh, this is definitively the way I love to start a mission. This is why I brought the maximum accoutrement of shovels.
Cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Yeah, it's really kind of irritating there, Mr. Narrator. I have to agree. What are you? Oh, shit. I forgot that you're still curious. Well, no ill effects. We've got to get Candy Jade into the sanitarium at some point. Curiosity killed the cat, and it is almost certainly going to kill that particular kitty. That's one dangerous kitten, but I would prefer her to... Oh, this is not good. So we got surprised. Everyone is mixed up, and the enemies are starting things off with a relatively high damage crit on Django. That's shitty. Did this get a kill? No, it can only do 4 to 8 damage. This can't kill any of these guys, so let's put it on the Acolyte. Try and get things started. I would prefer to keep our stress as minimal as possible. We're going to go for the breakthrough because it's the only thing Candy can do from that position. An Eldritch Push. If this moves him back, I won't be upset. So of course he resisted it. Brilliantly done, Django. A Coral for Fagin. Fagin dodged, despite the fact that we just recently gave him a penalty to dodge. Who do we want to kill here? Collect bounty. It's almost, if it hits, it's almost guaranteed to kill any of these. This guy's dodge is a little high. Let's whack this Bone Soldier and go for the kill. Also, that was the one unit that had not taken its turn yet, so not a terrible idea to get him out of the way. We'll go ahead and have Doctor Strange stab that guy in the throat just to finish him off. A little bit of emergency tracheotomy action. Why don't you head back to Doc Strange? We're going to need you on heals in a moment, I have a feeling. Rending for the old gods. Fagin, of course, taking the bleed. That's unfortunate. Are we going to be able to get a kill on that guy? Probably not. Let's just collect the bounty on the Brawler, then. Probably going to get a bayonet jab out of this fellow. We could open Vein, but that's not really going to do a whole lot. Duelist Advance is not a terrible idea here. We'll go ahead and take the 8 damage. That's fine. Going to take a bayonet jab at Django. Django needs to be healed. Little Yeah, that's fine, Candy. You sort of got hosed by the allotment of positioning there. Can't really fault you for that. A little bit of free stress relief. And a victory. Picked up an extra torch and some crests, busts, and other assorted items that we need. Fagin, you're actually fine right in the front. Let's check everybody's skills real quick just to make sure they're all on point. It looks like they are. Yeah, everybody's right where we want them, so that's fine. No, Doctor Strange, you go right back where you were, buddy. Except for Django. Django, you also need to swap up here with Candy so that when Fagin point-blank shots, Candy's back at the front. Why don't you open this chest, Candy? It is locked. Well, let's use our key then. What do we got? 4 crests and 200 gold. Well, it almost paid for the key, I suppose, so, I mean, hey, there's that. And we got some crests. Fagin's gonna bleed and leave a nice little blood trail so we can follow that Hansel and Gretel style back to the entrance to the dungeon, should we need to. Can't remember what you do with books. I think it's holy water that goes on books. You know what? This will be a nice little experiment. It did nothing. Okay, so I guess it's not holy water. I know you can burn books, but it's a terrible idea. We have some dull and uninteresting volumes. Must be Daniel's Steele collection. No surprise this time, which is fine. What do you got? 6 to 11 for 85%. What's finish him like? The exact same results, but can hit any slot. Well, hit that guy then, since everybody else is going to have a tough time getting to him. Also, our bounty hunter went before Fagin, which I have to say is a little surprising. Resisted the bleed, but he only healed 3. That's unfortunate, but sometimes them's the breaks. Candy Jade picking up a kill for an exchange for a debuff. Fagin's going to point blank shot and get a second kill. That just leaves us with 1 gentleman unaccounted for. He's going to go bump in the night, much like your uglies do when involved with your lady friend. Those go bump in the night sometimes. And Django with the kill to complete the set. 2 buffs, 300 gold. We're not exactly raking in a giant fortune here, but, you know, we're not going to go home destitute either, so 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, I suppose. Let's pump our light level up a little bit before we go in this room. We did find a spare torch, so we don't have to be hugely conservative with them at this time. Another fight. Let's get a surprise here. We're surprised. Alright then, that was actually a pretty terrible switch. Stressful incantation, Fagin with the dodge. Candy Jade with the dodge. Alright, so as far as getting surprised goes, this is turning out okay since the first round for us has been largely all win. We're going to flashbang this gentleman. Excellent. Just want to make sure that we get our full complement of moves here. We're going to go for the vulnerability. You know, we should just move back too. I was thinking about going with the vulnerability hex to get the cheat mark, but honestly I think going back 2 is probably the better move. Candy J dealing fatal damage to that guy. A dash forward would not be a terrible idea, but a grape shot blast is going to be just more aggregate damage. I think that's probably the smarter move. Let's just finish this guy. Django racking up the bounties, racking up the kills. Somewhere in the Empire, somebody is quite pleased with themselves today. Not fantastic damage, but we did apply a bleed there. And we're going to go for the Wicked Hack. That cultist now has fatal damage, thanks to Fagin. Let's patch up old Django. Man, Doctor Strange, what is wrong with your heals, buddy? You've been healing for like 2, 3, 2, 2. You're not blowing my hair back, and also you're a dedicated healer on this mission. You're going to have to come up with more. Yeah, alright. Thanks for being an asshole, Doctor Strange. That was seriously a dick move right there. The person who only needed 4 healing gets 4 healing, but the guys who actually need gets 8, and the guys who actually need 8 get 2. Fuck you, Doctor Strange. You're just being a jerk. Martyr Seal Ancestral. Plus 15% damage and plus 5% crit at Death's Door. You also get a huge death blow resistance. And then you're going to be on Death's Door all the time because you have no maximum hit points and a huge dodge penalty. That's actually pretty fucking terrible for an ancestral item, I have to say. That's borderline garbage. Take a look inside this chest, Candy. It's unlocked. Okay. Alright, I was going to be a little concerned. Unlocked usually means somewhat dangerous, but in this situation, we came out okay. Now, the question is, well, we have to complete 100% of room battles, don't we? Yeah. There's no advantage to not going to these rooms then if we didn't scout them, and I really wish I had that holy water back. Oh well, let's just check out the altar. Yeah, some stress relief. Oh, nope, that's a buff. Ooh, plus 20% damage for Candy Jade. That's quite nice. Candy's going to be handing out some largish beatdowns. Another shovel. Still got 2 to go. Ah, ha ha! Take that, dungeon! This time you thought you could trick me with not bringing enough shovels, but I was ready for your bullshit this time. I brought more than enough shovels. So you go ahead, bring in those barriers. You bring them on over. Bring them. Bring it. Bring it! Come on! Not appreciating the stress darkness we're picking up here, or rather the darkness stress. Let's fix that with a couple torches.
In radiance, may we find victory.
Check out this room. Now, we do have to complete room battles, and if things go very, very badly, we could wind up having to visit every single room remaining in this dungeon. Not out of the question. In fact, it's not even really that unlikely. What's in this sack? 50 gold in the sack. Apparently somebody just dropped their change purse. We might buy a soda and a stick of gum, thanks to their carelessness. It's quite a find. Another empty room. Alright then. Well, we're going to be covering some ground we already covered, but on the plus side, we won't need to burn any torches to do that, so we can make a little bit of progress in that department. Back we go. I don't appreciate picking up the pointless stress that we're going to pick up, but this is a long mission, so we have 2 campfires. We can use both of those campfires for stress relief if absolutely forced to do so. I mean, ideally, we'd be camping after completing everything else. Gonna try and hold off camping for as long as we can, though, because Candy does have this bitchin' 20% damage buff. We'd like to take as much advantage of that as we can. And no one is particularly hurt, and we haven't had any food prompt yet either, so, you know, we're still sitting pretty from a food standpoint. We are going to want to try and conserve 16 of it strictly for camping purposes. But that would leave us with 8. That's enough for 2 total food prompts. Django found a trap the hard way, but luckily for him, managed to dodge it. Okay, this is interesting. Now, the alchemy table I've discovered, there's a couple things you can do with this. You can actually put medicinal herbs on it as well, and that also has a beneficial effect. But I think in this case, we're going to go for the torch. Mostly because I would rather be able to fully restore my light level for a single torch rather than 2.
The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Well, I think we have strength in abundance. Candy Jade is buffed by 20%, Mr. Narrator, so we should be good to go. Alright, another empty room. Just continue on, then. Trekking ahead. Oh, there's our first hunger prompt. Alright. We have the food, so we will eat the food. That leaves us with 24 food available. Another bookcase. What are the odds that the tomes are desiccated and uninteresting? I'm going to guess pretty good. We could burn the books, but I know that's overall bad. Yeah, let's just see. Oh, knowledge within forever changes the hero. Dr. Strange is a mediator. What the hell does that do? Improve stress reduction while meditating and while camping. Okay. Wait, is that mediator or meditator? What's meditator? Never mind. I thought Dr. Strange was going to be, you know, settling squabbles between the Avengers and, you know, when, like, negotiations break down between the regular Avengers and, like, the Great Lakes Avengers. Because the Great Lakes Avengers fucking suck and everyone makes fun of them and, you know, they generally have low self-opinions and thus don't necessarily feel good about themselves and are unreasonably contentious. I mean, if you were a fucking Great Lakes Avenger, face it, you would also be unreasonably contentious. But, you know, when those talks break down, Doctor Strange is the guy they call in to sort of calm the situation. And I can't help but feel that if our party were in the correct order here, this fight would already be over. Then again, we wouldn't have gotten that 2 points of healing out of Doctor Strange that was immediately undone by the bleed. That was actually a net loss, Doctor Strange. Is there something wrong with your Eye of Agamotto, or, you know, one of your rituals or spells or something is just a little bit off, Doc? You seem to be woefully underperforming in the heals department lately. I'm not sure what may be the cause of that, but we really need to root out that cause as quickly as possible and get that shit rectified. We got a lot of dungeon left here to go, and if we're not going to get any healing out of you, it's going to be a pretty tough gig. And yet, we continue to get surprised, despite the fact we have our light at maximum level. I feel this is getting trolled a little bit. That was not even fantastic damage, Doctor Strange. You're just failing in every fucking possible direction today, I guess. We're going to mark a death this guy. These Bone Defenders are actually pretty tough foes. We'd like to get rid of them as quickly as possible. Django's in the front. We can actually move Doc Strange back where he goes in the rear of the party. Let's have Fagin go for the kill here. You know, that's at this point sort of what I expect. Yeah, I kind of expected that one as well. On the plus side, that did only do 1 damage. And Fagin dodged to make up for his miss, so there's that. A little bit of bleed out for Candy Jade, because it's all she's got from that position, and I'd rather have her do something than do nothing and reposition. Push him back! Yeah! The stun is less good. So, duelist advance. Now that one hit. And we've inadvertently got our occultist right back where he belongs, in the hole. Fagin continues his campaign of artful dodges. Of course, I suppose that makes sense, because fuck, it's Fagin. How would he not be an artful dodger? I mean, fuck, Dodger was one of his rats. Whoa, Django! Alright, so Django thumping down with a little bit of authority, and I gotta say, I feel that these gentlemen, should they choose to not respect the authority, are probably gonna pay the fucking price. They should really respect the authority. Otherwise, Django will do it again. Little bayonet jab. So the enemy getting some of theirs back with a critical of their own. We're gonna weird reconstruction. Finally, Doctor Strange does something right. Don't let that shit go to your head, Doctor Strange, or I will send Andre the Giant down to sort of straighten your shit out. Open vein, get the bleed, it did. This guy does not yet have fatal damage, but I'm pretty sure whatever damage Candy Jade does is going to be fatal, and I was correct in that assumption. Another speed stone. You know what? I'm to the point now where I'm not even going to take this. No, I'm going to throw this on the floor. Fuck you, speed stone. You're a piece of junk, and I don't want you. Gonna reorder the party a bit here. Get everybody back where they belong. Candy Jade, open this sarcophagus. Hidden treasures. Good. We need treasures. Also, do 2 busts and 50 gold actually count as treasure? I'm not necessarily sure that's legitimately treasure. I think that might be like loose change.
Cruel machinations spring to life.
Yeah.
With a singular
Yeah.
purpose.
What is this thing? It's a locked display cabinet. Okay, well, for locked display cabinets, the trick to opening them is to whack them with the fucking shovel. And I'm actually pretty glad I did whack it open with a shovel. We've got quite a bit of gold coming out of that. The question is, how do we want to organize what's left in our inventory? I'm keeping the shovel, that's for sure. You know what? The medicinal herbs, if we're going to get rid of something, they're probably the right thing to get rid of at this point. We still have too much food and have not camped yet to sort of abandon a whole pile of it. Potential food prompts, of course, also still exist. No combat here, so we're going to continue our journey. Let's burn... Yeah, I think 1 torch probably for now, and then if necessary, we'll burn another one before we get in the room. Candy, take a look in this decorative urn. Sentimental gifts. Ooh. You know, a giant sapphire worth 1,000 gold doesn't, I'm not really certain, count as a sentimental gift. It seems like just a straight up awesome fucking gift that you would give someone you really, really were fond of. I mean, it's a giant sapphire. Those are not of inconsiderable value. Here's a fight. We've actually had quite a number of fights in this dungeon. I mean, I know it is a long dungeon and it's pretty girthy, but still, this we've seen a lot of combat. Django pulling a kill on some bone rabble for us. That's a fine way to start. Gotta assume this is going to be a kill as well, but it is going to push Doctor Strange to the front, which I don't necessarily love. Breakthrough for Candy, very close to getting a pair of kills, and that just leaves Doctor Strange. You know what? I'm going to vulnerability hex that guy to death. Because I felt like insulting him is the main reason why I did that. And I think Django will just... yeah, there we go. Nice critical from Django. A little bit of free stress relief. That's always welcome. Nicely done, by the way, Django. That was a solid hit. 625 gold and a portrait. I want that portrait. I really do. We may be to the point now where we sort of need to camp. All of these things are things that I want, and I can't afford to get rid of the gold. I really want that portrait. I'm very seriously considering getting rid of this martyr seal because it's completely useless. Alternatively, I could chuck... oh, no, that's just a bad idea. Alright. We're gonna have to abandon it all. The crescent busts are actually, at this point, more useful for us than the portrait. I can't carry... you know what? We could just not open this. I mean, I can't carry anything that's in it. Yeah, that's just 500 gold wasted. That's 1,000 gold worth of stuff, though. We could get rid of... you know what we could get rid of? Could get rid of our torches. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to burn our torches back to full, and we're just going to pitch the rest.
Spirits are lifted, and
then we're going to check out this last remaining room here. And once this area is clear, we will camp. Actually, we'll probably do one more room and then camp, assuming we're in a position to do so. That'll refill our light, and that should be enough for us to explore just the full remainder of the dungeon. Let's go with finish him on the old bone courtier here. That's a nice way to start things off, Django. Fine work, sir. Apparently that guy was wanted by the Empire, and Django was eager to please his Emperor. Nice kill from Fagin there as he fades back into the darkness. A little bit of heal for Doctor Strange. You know, Doctor Strange, I would bitch at you for doing a bad job, but at least this way, since you did a bad job on yourself, at least this way I know you're not fucking sandbagging. You're doing a bad job just in general. Clearly, it's not the result of, like, some kind of secret grudge that you're harboring against our other troopers or anything like that. You're just legitimately shitty at your job. It's a competence issue, clearly. It's... He bled himself and didn't heal. Okay. You know what? Doctor Strange, clearly he's got the yips. Let's just stop talking about it. I think mentioning it again and again is really only making matters worse. So let's just forget about it. Kill this bone defender, open this chest. I would very much like to take that bandage because I could use it. Can I use it from out of here? No. Can I take something from out of here and put it in there? Yes. Alright, well then good. We'll use the bandage, and then we'll take back our log. Haha! Trickery! Take that. This chest, we don't have a key, so... And we can take a look. It's an heirloom chest. We may be able to tote some of this stuff. It's crests. We can tote some of that stuff. You know, I actually need gold right now more than I need crests and busts. We have an abundance of crests, and really nothing to do with them until we get the money to kind of tag along with it. So at the end of this next room, we're definitively going to camp. There will be camping that occurs here. Books. I used my last shovel, didn't I? Nope, I still have one. Whew, good. Was a little nervous there for a moment. Doctor Strange, check out these books. Wow, Doctor Strange really loves himself some literature. He's gained 2 positive quirks on this mission from checking out those books. That's either remarkably lucky or some kind of unforeseen side effect of having the cultist interact with the books. It could, you know, I would not be surprised at all if there was a mechanic in the game for certain classes to interact in better ways with certain objects. That would not at all surprise me. I think what we'll probably do is go up, over, and around, since that will allow us to avoid one room combat, and we have to do all, or one hallway combat rather, and we have to do all of the rooms anyhow. We're gonna pitch camp here. So let's just throw that down. Everybody feast, get some stress relief and healing. And from a healing standpoint, we're actually in pretty good position right now. So we got a pep talk, untouchable, uncatchable rather. Improved scouting chance. Scouting at this point we don't really need. So we're gonna have Fagin clean his guns. Battle stance, bonus accuracy. Reject the gods. Really that good. We're gonna go with the battle trance then for the bonus accuracy. We have one of these that reduces the chance of being surprised, right? Yeah, we don't really need scout ahead, because camping and scouting is sort of already covered. So we're going to track. That leaves us 4 time. What can we do with 4 time? Reduce his stress by 25, everybody else gets 5. That's not necessarily fantastic. Dark Ritual burns out our torches and heals everyone, but no one's really hurt enough to have to bother. We could encourage. Let's encourage Fagin. He's been a little down on his luck lately. Frankly, I think he could use a little encouragement. That leaves us with 2 time, and we really don't have a good use for it. I suppose we could have somebody get a pep talk. Or we could... there's no reason to abandon hope. Let's just... let's give Fagin a little pep talk as well. And then we're going to rest. Everybody turn in. You guys have done a fine job today. I think it's a well-deserved rest. The exception of Doctor Strange. And Doctor Strange, as I mentioned, we're not going to mention your little problem. Let's just, you know, we're coming at it from sort of a sports psychology standpoint. We're just not even going to talk about it. Just go out there, do your best, and sort of let the chips fall where they may. Things will rally around if it was meant to be, and you're supposed to stay in the majors. You'll rally up and be fine. Alternatively, you know, we'll bump you back down to AAA. You'll have yourself a nice little minor league career and eventually wind up, you know, selling cars in the suburbs somewhere, sort of trading on your former glory days as a baseball player. It'll work out for everyone. This is not really much of a fight. Not that I'm complaining, mind you, because there's a kill for Django Fett. That's probably going to get him some minor stress relief. And then I have to assume that this is going to be a kill for Candy. Yeah, so it's a nice 1-2 punch hallway combination there, and I will take it. I'll also take that gold because we desperately need it. Candy, why don't you check out the contents of that crate? Yeah, still no Gwyneth Paltrow's head. One of these days, I will find Gwyneth Paltrow's head in one of those crates. Why are we halting? Is there a reason? Just being obnoxious, then. Okay, alright, that's fine. Want to be a jerk? Be a jerk. Gonna head on up to this little treasure room here. Got a box and a trap on our way, and earn. Yeah, poke around in there, Candy. Nothing but ashes. Well, I'm not really terribly surprised by that. Who has a better disarm here? Megan actually only has a 30%. 50% for Django. Actually, 40% for Candy, which is respect. Alright, so Django is actually the guy we should have monkeying with traps. And I play the odds and go with the right man for the job, so of course Django immediately triggers the trap and then jams one of the spikes into his own throat to spite me. He's just kind of like that. Django's, well, he's a fucking jerk. There's no other real way to call it. Tempting Goblet, that's some stress for Candy Jade. I do not like that at all. We're going to go for the Abyssal Artillery on our back row. 10 aggregate damage is acceptable from Doctor Strange. We're going to go for the kill on the Acolyte, which we received. That's a positive thing. Little point-blank shot. Bam! Fagin with a nice 13 damage to start things off. That Bone Defender is mostly in the bag. And Candy Jade is going to finish him off with some authority. Rent for the old gods was Candy. That's okay. We can patch that up. A knife in the dark. Ah, man, these guys are coming at Candy Jade Oz style. She's getting shanked in the shower. That's alright, though. Doc Strange, I'm telling you, not mentioning the problem is actually helping Doctor Strange with his problem. So we're just going to continue to not mention it. I believe that's fatal damage, is it not? It is, in fact, fatal damage. So Django's going to hack that gentleman's head off, and this fight is over. Blah! Says the cultist as he bleeds out on the floor. What of this can we take? Alright, well, anti-venom, which we don't necessarily need at this point. And bust, which I wouldn't mind. You know what? Let's eat some food. 3 for you, 1 for you. We will take these busts into our inventory, and then we'll just close that out. This shrine may give us a buff. Actually, it gives stress relief, I think. Sometimes, right? Yeah. Propitiations are found in... Okay, well, that's good. A fancy way to saying cash, but, you know, maybe next time just say cash. We don't have the inventory slot to pick up the jade, though, and I don't really want to abandon any more of our food. So as much as I hate to throw away money, looks like we're throwing away some fucking money. We used our last shovel, didn't we? Alright then, so we're not going to go this way, because I'm not going through that barricade, so we're going to backtrack. We're going to have to wind up going the long way around through the dark. We do have 8 food left, which is precisely enough for a camp at the end of the mission, assuming we do not get another hunger prompt. So we have at least 3, possibly 4 battles before the end of this. Man, this has this turned out to be quite a lengthy mission. Check out the contents of this sack, Doctor Strange, if you would be so kind. 200 gold, that's acceptable. Megan, get back in the front where you belong. You're supposed to be leading this party, man. Come on. Wishing I had a torch right about now. I really am. Let's vulnerability hex the Arbalester. These guys are probably going to die in a single swing anyway, so I think the vulnerability hex so that Django couldn't quite get it home. Hoping that might be enough to let Django finish the job, but he couldn't quite get there. Doctor Strange taking a coral in his shoulder, not really a huge problem. That's a dead bone rabble. Have to assume Candy's going to finish that jump off. Absolutely she is. Doc Strange has a chance to go for a heal here? No. Django Fett instead going to hack off that guy's head, and everybody's happy. Ooh. A double-edged pendant, Hellion only. It's terrible. It really is legitimately awful. I'm still going to take it, however, for one very particular reason. That reason being, I can wear it. I can just, bam, free inventory slot. We can just equip that. Well, not on Django, because he's not a Hellion. But we can pick that up for free. So, take all? No. So let's bring the log back. We're going to have to abandon 400 gold or 2 busts. That's... It's actually a bit of a tough call. You know, I think actually the 400 gold for us right now is probably more useful. So we're going to take the gold. I have been hauling this thing through the entire mission, and it's just the orange nameplate that's making me hang on to it. I'm never, ever likely to... Yeah, we'll just pass that by. I don't have a torch. I'm never going to use that thing. I don't even know why I'm hauling it around. It's not like I can sell it for cash either. I mean, there's no recompensatory value for keeping a hold of it. It really has no tangible benefit. We could also mark with Doctor Strange and just have Django do damage now. Let's have Django see if he can kill the Bone Soldier. He cannot. Alright then, Abyssal Artillery. I was about to say, you know, I think that's pretty stupid. We could have marked him instead, but turns out the 30 damage that we got from the critical was well worth it. Since we traded... Oh my god, Fagin just got fucking cored like an apple. The darkness, the crits are real, folks. Not only is it your crits, but enemy crits also. This guy can't bleed. We should just do as much damage as possible.
Decimated.
Alright, so we're given as good as we're getting in regard to the critical situation, at least. A Grape Shot Blast can get a couple knockouts there. Fagin getting a little bit of payback for what those dirty bastards did to him. Healing up 5 and resisting a bleed. That's probably enough to make us comfortable finishing off the Bone Rabble and cleaning up this particular battle.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Yeah, it would be nice. I'd also like to get my grubby mitts on that key. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Rifling through the corpses. I can't trade my firewood. I was just talking about abandoning this thing, but I simply can't bring myself to throw over an orange. Is the key gonna be... You know what? No. Just leave it. In all likelihood, that key is... Oh, it's heirlooms anyway. That's fine. We don't... Yeah, we're just gonna max out on the gold. And I really want those deeds. We gotta have the deeds. We can't abandon deeds. So let's trade the deeds for busts. Bust for deeds, and the rest of it... Oh, I hate leaving gold on the floor. It's so painful to me. Alright, Citrine, you're gone. I want the gold. We should camp. You know what? I'm gonna camp. It'll give us an opportunity to refresh our torch. We can eat the last of our food. We only have like one mission left to go. We can get what remaining stress relief we need. Go ahead and go into your battle trance. You can clean your guns once again. You can prevent us from being surprised, if at all possible. And then we'll do a little bit of encouragement for who's highest. 14, 27. You can encourage you then. Apparently he has a penalty to stress healing. He only healed 2. And then I guess we'll give a pep talk to, let's say, Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange has seemed a little down in the dumps lately, and, you know, I think a pep talk is probably just the sort of things he needs to lift his spirits. Although it does look like he's coming out of his condition, which we won't mention. The unmentionable conditional.
The match is
still, it won't hurt to maybe help bolster his confidence just a little bit. Probably not the worst idea. Another meaningless hallway battle, and good sweet lord, we have been in a number of scraps on this particular mission. But on the plus side, more fights should theoretically equal more EXP for our troopers, which is fine. We have no qualms about packing it on. Again, Doctor Strange's condition remains unmentionable. The unmentionable thing is unmentionable. Candy is not gone yet. Let's just do a Grape Shot Blast. 11 damage is fine. We'll finish these guys off before they are about to go again, in all likelihood. Or I'm completely fucking wrong, and this guy might take a completely erroneous... Erroneous? Apparently it's from a Middle Eastern country, that swing. What I meant to say was extraneous swing at Candy Jade. Gonna pick up another pile of gold. Don't look in that, Candy. We don't have a shovel by any chance, do we? No. She's gonna look in it anyway. It's you know, no. Resist the temptation, Candy Jade. Your curiosity has burned you on more than one occasion as it is. Let's not risk any further problems in that area. We're out of food, right? Completely. Well, this is, on the plus side, definitely the last place we could possibly find a fight, since we've now explored every single fucking room. An Eldritch Pull for Django. I really should have reordered our friendly neighborhood highwayman, but he still did some fine damage for us. I think we're going to go out on a limb with a... I was hoping we'd get a kill on the cultist there, but no chance, no dice for Doctor Strange. A breakthrough could do some fine work for us here, though. Got one knockout and put this cultist brawler very close to death. And I think we're just going to finish him. Oh, come on, Django, buddy. That was an unacceptable whiff, sir. Little rend for the old gods, but Candy worse. Ooh, ouch. Doctor Strange took a crossbow right in his shoulder, and I'm pretty sure that one went through his bicep muscle and pierced his abdominal cavity. He's going to have some intestinal problems with that. I think there's some septic issues, potentially, with... You know, never mind, Doctor Strange. Just, it's fine. Everything's fine. It's all fine. It never happened. Nobody saw it. It's all good, buddy. Don't even sweat it. Everything is lovely. Fagin, pausing for a little bit of drama queen action, and also not really fantastic amount of damage. Want to kill that Arbalester, lest Doctor Strange eat another coral to the face. Dead weight is fine, even if it stuns and knocks her back. This guy's still dead. Fagin's going to shoot that guy in the face with a nice little point-blank shot after a bounty is collected. Although for 6 damage, I gotta say, I kind of feel like you didn't really want that bounty. Again, Doctor Strange's condition remains unmentioned. What condition your condition is in? That guy is dead. His condition is dead. Because he's dead. Because we shot him. We already have a pile of onyx. Let's see what we can take. Alright, do we have anything that's worth less than 500 gold for a single emerald? I believe the answer is no. Could get rid of 2 busts for 500 gold. That's tempting. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. There's the mission complete. So, on the plus side, we really have piled on a whole fucking heap of cash here. And cash is mostly what we were looking for. We were looking to add the Cashish, and we certainly have added the Cashish. So let's not take any additional chances. I think we've probably risked enough. Let's get the hell out of here. So 6,000 gold for the long mission, plus a sniper's ring, which is brilliantly useful for us, and a whole heaping shit pile of gold. 19,275 in total. That is a fine little acquisition there. Other than the 2 portraits we were forced to abandon, I'm pretty happy with the heirloom situation as well. Would have liked to have picked up that portrait. I really would have. Honestly, though, the gold we got in that stack probably is more useful. Candy Jade picking up 4 Resolve EXP, making level 3. She picked up Deadly, plus 1% crit. That's a fine ability. Django is a Warren's phobe. I'm not sure why, Django. You just traipsed through possibly the longest chunk of the Warrens any of us have ever... Oh, actually, we weren't in the Warrens at all. We were in the Ruins. Never mind. I don't know why you're afraid of the Warrens. I'm assuming you're afraid of, like, Warren G, Warren Harding, and Warren Beatty, I guess. I don't know. Doctor Strange is a Warren's adventurer. I guess they were reading about the Warrens during their adventure in the Ruins, which makes sense, I suppose. I don't know. Let's just go back to town. Everybody's a little punch drunk at this point. I think it's probably best if we just move along, move along. So, Deckard is addicted to the thrill of the dice and became a gambler. Fortunately for us, he was already a gambler, so I guess that's not really a loss. Arya Stark is God-fearing now. Of course, if you lived in Westeros, you might be a little God-fearing too. Those trees with the faces on them really are quite creepy. Weird words. Fuck them. Am I right? Anyway. She did recover 69 stress, which is fine. Candy's level 3. Doctor Strange is level 3. Things went pretty well. Let's go over to our stagecoach very quickly. The one thing we're going to do before we go ahead and wrap things up. Oh, we finally picked up another Seeker. Excellent. We will probably get her sorted out on the beginning of our next mission then. It's just comforting to know we have her in the roster list. We are going to need that Vestal. And on a positive note then, especially with the fat stacks of gold we picked up, look at that. We're sitting with a nice little pretty bankroll there. But I think we'll go ahead and wrap things up. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more Darkest Dungeon 3 times a week, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, consider subscribing as well. We'll see you again soon.